Somebody here must like avocados, or pasta, or even just the sound of my voice. Either way, let's find out how we can turn avocado and pasta into avocado pasta. So, you will need then the following: 1 ripe avocado, some vegan cream, any brand will do, but I like to go for Alpro, spaghetti of your choice, enough for serving 2 people, a punnet of Plum tomatoes, and ideally vegan Parmesan cheese, but the shops nearly didn't stock any whatsoever, so at the risk of running around the houses, I just used what cheese was in my fridge on this occasion, a sizable amount, just eyeball it accordingly. Plant milk of your choice, oat milk is my chosen, it'll just be a splash just to liquefy the sauce a bit. I've gone with buckwheat for a bit of crunch, but again, whatever you have accessible, whether that be sunflower seeds, linseeds or whatsoever, and then salt and pepper to season. Utensils that may come in handy be a saucepan, a frying pan, spoon and spatula, a knife, chopping board, ideally a food processor, but blender if you don't have one. And to begin them, we're going to be slicing the plum tomatoes through the middle and popping them to one side. And then we're going to open up the avocados, slicing them so that we can easily spoon them out into the food processor. I personally have only just recently bought a food processor, so that just goes to show that you don't need one. You can use a blender. I just feel like if you're using a blender, you may need to add a bit more plant milk to loosen up the sauce a bit. Add your Parmesan cheese, or just cheese on this occasion, vegan of course. And you want to add 1/3 of your cream of choice. I am, to be fair, just roughly eyeballing this. This is what I have found works best, consistency wise. Again, the plant milk, just a splash, no exact measurements. And then salt and pepper accordingly. Lid on, very important not to forget that. And just whiz it up. This is sped up, but that was about 30 seconds to a minute. And it's basically done the job for me rather than me mashing it up. Next, you want to pour a boiled kettle of water into your spaghetti. It will reduce down, so you may need to add some more water halfway through, and salt it, which is just going to help to flavour it and prevent it from sticking. Again, this is enough to serve 2 people. Towards the end of the spaghetti boiling, you want to put the plum tomatoes in a frying pan and just slightly brown them. And then when the spaghetti is ready, you want to just drain the water. And we're going to be putting that back in the saucepan to boil, but with the mixture. It's nice and steamy. So putting the mixture in now, we are going to put this back on to the hob just because you want the cheese to melt a bit. And at this point is when you would add your buckwheat. Admittedly, I don't always have buckwheat, it was 25p in Holland & Barrett, so again, whatever crunchy kind of tidbit you have in your pantry will do. I add it towards the end just so that it doesn't soften up, and it does add as a nice crunchy texture. And there we go, just plate it up accordingly, potentially without the pretentious marble tiling that yes, I did get potentially for specifically this video. But moving on then, plate for one on this occasion. I just put the rest in a Tupperware box because my boyfriend was away watching the Avengers. There we go, nice easy recipe. Like I said, you can switch things up accordingly so it can be as cheap or as expensive as you want it to. On occasion I'll throw in some cucumber, or like I said, linseed or sunflower seed if I don't have buckwheat. Let me know if you make this yourself. Until next time, thank you for watching.